G'day everyone, and a massive welcome to another electrifying edition of your daily Bitcoin and cryptocurrency update. I'm Sash from CRYPTOLOGIC, coming to you straight from the innovative vibes of Melbourne, Australia, where the trams run on time, the street art inspires, and the crypto community is absolutely buzzing with potential. I've been in this space for years now and starting back when Bitcoin was just a whisper among tech geeks trading at a few $100. I remember my first wallet setup, the thrill of that initial transaction. It felt like unlocking a secret door to the future. And look at us now. Bitcoin is not just surviving, it's thriving, challenging the very foundations of traditional finance. I truly believe in its transformative power, how it democratizes wealth, cuts out middlemen, and empowers individuals worldwide to take control of their financial destinies. In a world bogged down by inflation, bureaucracy, and equality, crypto is the great equalizer, the digital revolution that's rewriting the rules. Whether you're a seasoned trader in Brisbane, a curious newbie in Adelaide, or an international viewer riding the waves from New York or London, I am thrilled you're here. If this is your first time, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. We deliver these packed updates every day to keep you informed, inspired, and ahead of the game. Today, October 11th, 2025, we've got a jam packed show from local regulatory shakeups right here in Oz to global market mayhem in depth, breakdowns, educational gems, and more. Let's not waste a second. Strap in because crypto waits for no one. But before we jump in, let me share a quick personal anecdote to set the tone. Back in 2021, during that brutal bear market, I doubled down on my belief in Bitcoin. Friends thought I was mad, but I saw the underlying tech, the unshakable blockchain, the finite supply as a hedge against uncertainty. Fast forward to now, and with Bitcoin hitting all time highs just last week, that faith has paid off, not just financially, but in the community we've built. That's what Cryptologic is all about, sharing that passion, educating without the jargon overload, and fostering a space where we all grow together. All right, enough from me. Let's kick things off with some levity. All right, Crypto Crew, you know the drill. No update is complete without a dash of humor to remind us that even in this volatile world, laughter is the best medicine. Volatility can be brutal, but hey, it's what makes the gain so sweet. So here's not just one, but a trio of original crypto themed jokes to lighten your day. First up, why did Bitcoin break up with Ethereum? Because Ethereum was too gassy and always complaining about fees during date night because Bitcoin just wanted a simple halvings only relationship. Classic one, layer drama. Second, what's a crypto trader's favorite type of music? Pump and dump step. It gets the heart racing, but watch out for those sudden drops. Third, for the Aussies, why did the kangaroo invest in Solana? Because it heard about those hopping fast transactions and wanted to jump ahead of the pack. Boom! How's that for a triple treat? If those got a chuckle out of you, drop your own crypto puns in the comments below. Seriously, the best one gets a personal shout out in tomorrow's video and maybe even a feature on our cryptologic.com.au blog. What's your favourite way to laugh off a market dip? Share away this in the community's insights are gold. All right, shifting gears to what's happening right here on home soil. Because while global events grab the headlines, It's the local developments that hit our wallets hardest. As always, we start with Melbourne and Australia. Wide news where the crypto landscape is evolving faster than a bull run in October. Top story today. The Australian Treasury just unveiled its exposure draft for the Treasury Laws Amendment Bill 2025, a game changer for digital assets. This isn't just paperwork. It's a bold move to regulate crypto exchanges like traditional financial services. Under the new rules, platforms dealing with Bitcoin, altcoins, NFTs, or stablecoins will need an Australian Financial Services Licence, AFSL. Think of it as a badge of legitimacy, ensuring they're compliant and investor-friendly. Breaches could slap offenders with penalties up to whopping $16.5 million Australian or even jail time for the worst cases. The aim? To protect everyday Aussies from the scams that have plagued the industry. Let me break this down further. Historically, Australia has been progressive but cautious with crypto. Back in 2017, we saw AUSTRAC start regulating exchanges for anti-money laundering, and by 2022, the ASIC cracked down on unlicensed operations. Now, this 2025 bill builds on that, introducing specific definitions for digital asset platforms and tokenized custody platforms. It's like bringing crypto into the big leagues, aligning it with stocks and forex. Consultations open until October 24th, so if you're passionate, head to treasury.gov.au and submit your feedback. Your voice could shape the future. On a brighter note, amid those regs, we've got exciting expansion. Gemini, the Winklevoss twins crypto exchange, officially launched in Australia on October 8th, registering with AUSTRAC for top-tier compliance. This means more secure trading options for us, low fees, advanced tools, and that peace of mind from institutional-grade security. Here in Melbourne, it's a boon for our thriving tech scene. Imagine popping into a cafe in Fitzroy, chatting blockchain over Arvo toast, and now having Gemini in your app per arsenal. Local innovations are tying in too. RMIT University's blockchain courses are filling up and DeFi meetups are popping up across Victoria. But let's talk real impact, scams. AUSTRAC reports that most crypto ATM transactions are linked to fraud, with victims losing thousands. Remember the 2021 ThoughtX scandal where 2.6 billion vanished, or Quadriga's CX 263 million debacle? These regs could prevent that here. Market check. Bitcoin has dipped 7% in the last 24 hours to around 175,000 Australian dollars, reflecting global pressures, but stabilised by local trust building. What does this mean for you, the viewer? If you're in Sydney or Perth, expect fewer shady platforms but higher standards, potentially slower onboarding but safer stacks. For Melbourne locals, it's opportunity. More jobs in compliance, events like Blockchain Week amplifying. I chatted with a local trader last week who said these rules are tough love. They'll weed out the bad apples. Spot on. And for deeper dives, swing by cryptologic.com.au. Our latest article breaks down the bill clause by clause with free checklists for compliance. Question for you. Do these regs excite or worry you? Comment below. Let's discuss how they shape our Aussie crypto journey. Now, let's broaden our horizon to the global crypto ecosystem. Because what shakes Wall Street or Beijing inevitably echoes in our markets. October the 11th is serving up drama. Bitcoin's taken an 8.4% nosedive to approximately 175,000 Australian dollars, with Ethereum following at 5.8% down to about 6,000 Australian dollars. The culprit? Escalating US-China trade tensions under President Trump with new tariffs sparking a risk-off mood across assets. The S&P 500's down 2%, and crypto is not immune. But context is key. Just last week, on October the 5th, Bitcoin smashed a new all-time high above 208,000 Australian dollars, riding the October wave and a US government shutdown rally. But context is key. Just last week, on October 5th, Bitcoin smashed a new all-time high above 185,000 Australian dollars, riding the October wave and a US government shutdown rally. Digging deeper, global ETFs are the silver lining. Record inflows of $9 billion Australian last week, propelling Bitcoin to intraday highs. Bitwise predicts another 54 billion Australian dollars in US BTC ETFs by year end, signaling institutional adoption on steroids. Partnerships are heating up too. CCP Games in migrating Eve Frontier to the Sui blockchain for immersive gaming, and Vivo Power's collab with Doppler for XRP yield generation is turning heads. Altcoins? A mixed bag. Solana's plummeted 16% to $250 Australian, Dogecoin 22% to 20 cents Australian, but stablecoins like Tether hold firm at $1.50 Australian dollars. Globally, it's contrasts. Trade wars versus adoption booms. Trump's pro-crypto stance is a plus, but China's potential bans loom. Year to date, BTC is up 90% in Australian dollar terms. Your thoughts? Is this dip, a trap, or treasure? Let's unpack more in analysis. Time to go granular, because understanding the why behind the numbers is what separates hodlers from panic sellers. This 8.4% BTC dip is liquidation city, over 194 million Australian dollars in long positions wiped out versus 130 million Australian dollars in shorts. Trump's tariffs, up to 50% on China by mid-2026, are being front-run, hammering risk assets. But historically, October's Bitcoin's best month, averaging 30% gains. Compared to 2021's dip before the boom, ETFs tell a bullish tale. 9 billion Australian dollars inflow means 75% of institutions eyeing 5% plus allocations. Locally, Australia's regs could consolidate markets, boosting big players like Gemini but squeezing small ones out. Long term, Deutsche Bank forecasts 750,000 to 1 million Australian dollars Bitcoin by 2030 if reserves adopt. Trade wars inflate deficits, driving digital gold demand. Scenarios: if tensions ease, rebound to $200,000 say Bitcoin. If not, tests 150,000. Bullish overall, dips build strength. Knowledge drop time. Empowering you with tools, not tips. I am no advisor, so always Dior. Do your own research. Blockchain basics. A decentralized ledger like an unbreakable chain of blocks secured by proof of work. Bitcoin's genesis, Satoshi's 2008 paper. Dive into staking on Ethereum, lock ETH for 4 to 7% yields. Scam defenses. Spot phishing, use hardware wallets. Resources, go to cryptologic.com.au for content, Coursera links, and Melbourne events. What a marathon. From dips to dreams, crypto's revolution rolls on. Visit cryptologic.com.au for more. Like, sub, share. What's your takeaway? See you in the next one. Hodl.